This news update is brought to you by...
You got an upgrade for Christmas.
If you're feeling lucky, you could win some money.
An upgrade for Christmas.
$200,000 in cash and prizes. With Lime, you could win some money. It's Lime's Christmas Lottery. 250 winners this Christmas, oh yeah.
Sign up or upgrade to super fast broadband, Lime TV, e-billing, a data plan. Top up $15. Purchase a handset or text 4263 to enter.
Upgrade for Christmas.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Afternoon Update. It's Friday, December 5th, 2014. I'm Kmar Jordan. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that the government's decision to offer major incentives to woo Sandals to Barbados is paying big dividends. So says Tourism Minister Richard Seeley, who's especially pleased about the job training exercise now underway at the Lloyders in Standerford Conference Centre for the hotel's 600 new employees. Mr. Seeley says this has made all the recent criticisms worthwhile, as he insists that the island's tourism sector is on the right track.
Anyone that has any doubts about whether or not the government of Barbados made the right decision to get Sandals here, I want to encourage you to just pass through the Lloyders in Standerford Centre anytime over the next week or so. Currently, Sandals is doing the training for the staff at the Lloyders in Standerford Centre, a 4-week period. 600 Barbadians, young, excited, full of life, are there with those smiling faces. It is actually, frankly speaking, one of my most fulfilling moments in this job is just to see these young people going through their exercises and so on. It really makes it worth all of it. Every bit of cussing I took for Sandals just faded away. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Time's up. The Barbados Investors and Policyholders Alliance, otherwise known as BIPA, says it has run out of patience with the Friendo Stewart government and is preparing to go back to court to seek redress for thousands of CLICO policyholders. BIPA's president, June Fowler, also accuses the government of reneging on its commitments to its members. Making reference to a number of signed documents approved by Cabinet, Ms. Fowler complained that promises of funding have not materialized. In fact, she says the process seems to have come to a complete halt. Ms. Fowler says BIPA will proceed with legal action in order to get justice. Meantime, government, it says, is working feverishly to address the cash flow problems at the state-run Queen Elizabeth Hospital. The assurance from Health Minister John Boyce comes 1 week after doctors began treating emergency cases only due to a shortage of essential supplies. In a meeting with the doctors earlier this week, the health minister assured that negotiations to secure an urgent $25 million financial injection are at an advanced stage. He also assured doctors that the hospital's financial commitments to suppliers will be met in order to restock on supplies. In a statement, the QEH management team and the Barbados Association of Medical Practitioners, that's BAP, further agreed to hold monthly meetings to discuss and share information about the institution's operations. Workers at the United Commercial Auto Works Limited, otherwise known as UCAL, are distancing themselves today from last weekend's bus fire. A transport board bus en route to Bridgetown was destroyed by fire on Saturday night in Sugar Hill, St. Joseph. UCAL services the government buses, but UCAL workers who've been agitating for pay for the past few months say, don't look at us.
I really want to talk about the bus that burned this week. That has nothing to do with UCAL. I want the people to know that because that UCAL is one of the workshops that usually fix the buses, and everybody's blame UCAL. UCAL had nothing to do with our bus. I just want the public to know that up front. That has nothing to do with UCAL.
There's a call for Barbadians to do a bit more reading. It comes from an executive of the International Reading Association, Dr. Rona Flippo, at the start of the annual Barbados Association of Reading Conference. Dr. Flippo made it clear that reading is not a one-time thing, but a lifelong activity.
Reading is not just a subject that we teach children and then we say, well, now they've had their reading lesson, let's move on to other things. Reading is part of every learning activity that children and adults engage in. There is no way that a person can avoid using reading and using writing and using other literacy skills to in their workplace today, in their personal lives. We hope that literacy will continue to develop and grow and be nurtured here in Barbados. And you have a fantastic national association, the Barbados Association of Reading, to provide that leadership.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
It's your sun power.
To news from the region, Jamaican police go on the hunt for 3 escaped prisoners. According to reports, the 3 broke out of the lockout in Brownstown Police Station in St. Anne's yesterday evening after cutting their way through a ventilation grill. The police managed to recapture one of the escapees. In the meantime, a hunt is also underway in Haiti for 30 prisoners. Last weekend, 34 inmates crawled through the window at the jail in St. Mark and fled under the cover of darkness. Only 4 have been recaptured so far, and police say those on the run were awaiting trial for a number of serious crimes, including murder. Internationally, mass protests across the United States last night as residents continue to press for justice in the chokehold case. Thousands took to the street, as we see in this video, chanting, blocking traffic and demanding change following the decision not to indict the police officer responsible for Eric Garner's death.
From Oakland, California to One Police Plaza in New York City, people stormed the streets to voice their outrage on Thursday.
I'm afraid to leave my house, not just because I live in an impoverished neighborhood or I live somewhere that, I may get shot, but because the people who are policing my neighborhood, the people who are there to protect me, may shoot.
New York City protesters demanded change following a grand jury decision not to indict a white NYPD officer, Daniel Pantaleo, in the choking death of Eric Gardner, an unarmed black man. But it wasn't just in New York. Crowds of protesters blocked Washington, D.C. roads, stopping traffic while chanting for change. Many held signs reading, "I can't breathe," the exact words Garner used while held in a chokehold. Protesters also took to social media, sharing photos and tweets of their efforts tagged with the words #ICan'tBreathe. Even high schoolers got involved as a group of Denver students marched to Colorado's State Capitol building. These protests follow nationwide protests last week after the Ferguson, Missouri grand jury decision not to indict white police officer Darren Wilson in the shooting death of an unarmed black teen, Michael Brown. As people publicly questioned the ability of police to protect them.
And on that note, we end our Barbados Today afternoon update. We'll be back again this evening. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper or email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on iZoomi Media and bus terminals if you're out and about, or via Screenplay in a supermarket or gas station near you. Also tune in to Lime TV, channel 101, for all the very latest news and sports. I'm Kmar Jordan. Have a fabulous afternoon, and we'll see you later on this evening.
This news update is brought to you by
I won for me to me.
For me?
Yes. You don't need speakers, right?
Upgrade to win every week with Lime. Sign up for Lime TV or broadband or purchase an iPhone 6 or Samsung Note 4. Upgrade Christmas with Lime.